We have created a fully dysfunctional process, and it's going to get worse. And so we have to pivot off the petty electoral politics of the moment. Doesn't mean you don't do electoral politics, doesn't mean you don't worry about candidates and parties, but we have to make it our first priority to address the disease that is corrupting the whole of our democracy and that will result in such low turnout elections that the only people voting are the rich folks. Right? The people for whom it is a transaction. I go to vote because I need to get something back. And as I've traveled around the country in the last few weeks, the last few months, I've done something, and I hate to have to do it to you. But I'm going to, here at Berks Castle, I'm going to ask everybody to stand up. I know it's not pleasant, I know. We've come to you don't come to a bar to stand. Okay, my Berks Castle people, you look great. Now, it's going to not take very long. I'm going to ask every one of you who is a woman to sit down. Somebody's calling on my phone here. This is good. I'm getting my phone out. Turn that off right there. You know, I swear, I'm not kidding. That is a producer for Hardball, and he pocket dials me all the time. All right. So, okay, we got all the women sitting down. Thank you, women, for sitting down. It's the first time you've ever sat down before a man did. I'm going to ask every person of color to sit down. I'm going to ask everyone in this room who is not a mainstream, fully believing Protestant Christian to sit down. We're taking who's not. Yeah, no. We do lose a lot on those, but I love I'm a Quaker, I'm a mainstream, well, not that mainstream, but Protestant. So, hey, look at this guy. I love you people standing. Now I'm going to ask everybody who isn't a wealthy, like plantation-style landowner to sit down. Is there anybody still standing?
You are.
No, I'm not. I know, I've had to sit many times. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, aside from myself and the guy taking pictures, please look around because everyone who is still standing was the electorate at the founding of the American experiment in 1787.
That's right.
Women couldn't vote.
Right.
People of color couldn't vote. We didn't allow religious dissenters to vote. We didn't even do the Bill of Rights until 4 years into the game. And we didn't allow the poor to vote. We didn't allow those who were indentured servants to vote. Elections were held in rooms smaller than this.
Or slaves.
A group of, well, of course not. And elections were held in rooms smaller than this. A bunch of white guys, wealthy white guys, standing around choosing between James Madison and James Monroe. And they didn't have elections in November, they had them in September. November's just a fake construct. So is Tuesday. And so they would gather in that room. Sometimes it got a little hot. They would throw the windows open. And outside those windows, looking in, was everybody that did the work. The slaves were outside. The indentured servants were outside. The women were outside. The Native Americans were outside. Everybody outside except the wealthy white landholders. We would today call them billionaires or CEOs. They were inside making the decision. Now, the people outside weren't stupid. They weren't disengaged. They had favorites. It is written in history that when the election was made, the cheers would go up from outside the hall because people had favorites. They thought Madison might be better than Monroe. But the fact is they didn't have a choice. They were spectators, not participants. Well, that's what we've done to America. We have taken ourselves to a situation now where most Americans, the vast majority, feel they are spectators, not participants. We just had a poll, 75% of people said they felt that the politicians who represent them are corrupt. There's another poll recently, overwhelming majority of people said that their U.S. senator would sell them out for a campaign contribution. People don't believe in this process anymore. They have delinked from it. They have disconnected from it. And we expect them to come and vote in it. We expect them to participate in it. Why? Why would they believe that they should do that when we've given them so many signals to go away? When we then anybody who does think they might come vote, we feed them all these negative ads. I know it's hard what we're asking you to do over the next few years to continue to work so hard on these constitutional amendment issues. But I want to tell you why you must do it.